Before we get started, it's time for a segment I like to call A Brief History of Pedro Pascal. José Pedro Balmaceda Pascal was born in Santiago, Chile, to child psychologist Veronica Pascal Ureta and fertility doctor José Balmaceda Riera, a member of Castilian Basque aristocracy. They were family members of the Chilean democratically elected socialist president Salvador Allende, who was overthrown by a military dictatorship 2 years before Pedro's birth. The family later received political asylum in Denmark before eventually settling in the United States, where Pascal was raised in San Antonio, Texas, until relocating to Orange County, California after the age of 11. After his mother's death, he began using her surname, Pascal, professionally as a tribute and also because people had a hard time pronouncing Balmaceda, his father's name. After college, he received a number of minor accolades in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, NYPD Blue, The Good Wife, Nurse Jackie, and Homeland. He survived the industry by waiting tables and receiving money from his good friend, Sarah Paulson. From 2010 to 2014, he turned to writing directing a few plays off Broadway until his inevitable breakthrough on the 4th season of Game of Thrones. From there, you know the drill. It's Narcos, it's Mandalorian, and then it's The Last of Us in 2023. I was especially drawn to him as an actor because he was a late bloomer of sorts, with his career of stardom starting around his early 40s. Now I have more respect for his family story, but find it less inspiring. My family's well off, but they're not aristocrats. I hope I still have a chance to one day be Pedro Pascal. But before that, let me get to the drink I'm drinking so that I can talk in front of a camera. The drink this week is Presto Sparkling Rosé, made in Italia, by the way, which is very important because this movie also happens to be set in Italia. So, think about that. All of Rome, all of their achievements, all of their things that they did, it came together to make Presto sparkling wine. And so that's fun to think about, isn't it? But me and the moms, we're going to have a good time today. And I'm going to enjoy my life. I don't know about you, but I like drinking Presto. Just makes you want to go, Presto! Years after witnessing the death of Maximus at the hands of his uncle, Lucius must enter the Colosseum after the powerful emperors of Rome conquer his home. With rage in his heart and the future of the empire at stake, he looks to the past to find the strength and honor needed to return the glory of Rome to its people. This film received mixed reviews coming out of its release, so I didn't expect it to be an otherworldly experience. I did, however, expect it to be a solid, if unoriginal, movie. No sparkle? The talent is there, some of the best this industry can offer. Ridley Scott has made great movies as recently as The Last Duel in 2021. The top 3 leads are some of the hottest actors in Hollywood, with more talent than they have star power. So why the fuck was this movie so bad? I mean, truly, it was astounding to me. What a failure on all accounts. It wasn't just a bad film, it's a film that failed to even try to be a good one. It was a recycled, easy storyline, picked directly from the original film. I mean, you might as well call this a remake. Except for the writer thought in this one, they could take every good decision they made in Gladiator and turn it into a bad one. Me and my sister came out of this movie and we were like, we need a drink. This is ridiculous. So we went to the shitty mall bar and I got myself a strawberry margarita. That's how bad this movie was. I got a strawberry margarita after. Actually, that's one of the good things about it, but still, it was not good. We spend the next 45 minutes putting our heads together trying to come up, is there something, anything good about this movie? And here I've come up with the results. We liked the little monkey. It was a cute little monkey. Maybe a shot or two looks nice. Pedro Pascal, it was cool to see Pedro Pascal's face. In theory. In theory, it was cool, even if he wasn't very good. There was a scene when Denzel was talking to some old guy, and he was like, "Hey, you know I like men and women. Ha 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 ha. Hey." So, other than that, I didn't enjoy a single thing. Specifically, I want to harp on 2 elements: the writing, and the action scenes in the film. The dialogue doesn't do anything here. They're talking technically, but it has no flow. It doesn't build tension. It doesn't reveal anything about the characters. I mean, it's so lackadaisical that I can't take anything that they say seriously. Absolutely no character commands respect. I'm not worried when anyone intercepts the conversation, both villain or hero. Every speech in this movie is a waste of air. When the characters speak in the original film, their speeches are like poetry. They're engaging and motivating. Nothing anyone has to say in this film contains wisdom. Not a single ounce of it. Presto. And that in turn makes the action sequences unbearably boring. When there's no dramatic stakes, when you don't care if the hero wins, when you're unconvinced by the creativity, when the effects are unoriginal, it doesn't matter how many arms you chop off. Like, nothing in The Ring mattered at all because Paul Mescal's character motivation was suspect at best. It was constantly changing. His character lacked conviction. It's like Mescal had no idea where he was going, and to me that's a major issue with direction. That's a serious theme of the film, though. None of the actors knew what to do with the lines that they had. Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, and Denzel Washington are three of the greatest actors working today. If all three of them are bad, it's almost certainly, without a doubt, the fault of the director. Ridley Scott has made some of my favorite films of all time, but it's not a secret that he's made some stinkers also. I mean, this film is a recognition that Ridley Scott just did not care whether this was good or bad. And maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say this was a studio interference issue, but either way, somebody's head has to roll. It's endlessly frustrating because it just means that cinema is eating itself and studios just want to feed us pig slop. My only hope is that Ridley made this film bad on purpose so that everyone would stop trying to make sequels like these. So yeah, this film pissed me off beyond what I thought was possible with it. I didn't have high expectations going in, and I still managed to be sorely, sorely disappointed. Making a film is a tremendous responsibility. I recognize that you want to have fun, but it's important to make a film that means something, that says something. What is this film trying to say? What are we supposed to take from this? So I'm excited to announce that I'm giving this movie a Verne, which is, I've never done that before, but this film pissed me off so much that I can't help but give it a Verne, because fuck Verne. But anyway, the only thing that can make this film worse is that I imagine it with average actors instead of some of the best ones working today, and I think what a disaster this could have been. This could have truly been awful. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna give it. And yeah, it's so endlessly frustrating because these are some of my favorite favorite talents working. Like, it's Denzel, you know what I mean. It's Denzel Washington. Like, we're talking about a guy that he's very choosy with his projects. He's one of the best actors. Have you seen Macbeth recently? Forget about the rest of his career. Have you seen Macbeth in 2021? He's. And I just finished watching Normal People from Paul Mescal. Like, it's one of the best acting performances I've ever seen in my entire life. So I know these guys could do this. Ridley Scott, I know he can do this. I know when he tries that it's different. He's done it recently. So, I don't know. I don't even like talking about bad movies because it's like, people do try. It's just that from its inception, this film should have been aborted. Okay, I mean, like, this just makes me pissed off to be a film fan. This is like this. I'm breaking down. Like, I can't even think anymore. So I'm just gonna forget this. I'm gonna forget this film ever happened. So. Cheers to that, and I hope you have a better day than I did when I watched this movie. And I wish the best for you, and I really hope that you don't make a movie like Gladiator 2, because I feel like if I made a film like this, that I would go to the bathroom and I'd start to hurl, because I'd be so wrought with guilt and anxiety for making such a piece of trash. So, goodbye.